Welcome and welcome back to all my YouTube family. Today I'm going to be doing one of my 4-part series of how I grew my hair all the way to waist length in such a short amount of time. Now this is actual footage from a video that was taken in January, I believe, and it kind of shows how long my hair was then, and I was a bit surprised at how long it was, so I was a bit excited. So this is me just really recognizing how big it was. It was very long, and I'm very excited about that. So go ahead and get comfortable and let's get started. Hey. So by now you have seen the clip that I put in of my hair growth, and I wanted to give you kind of some things that I've done along the way to get where I am now. So a few things you need to know before we get into the video, and we're going to jump right into it. The first thing that you would need to know is that I use mostly Ayurvedic products. I've been using them for years, and I've used them on my son's hair as well. This particular video is a series of 4 videos. This one is for my Ayurvedic deep conditioning treatment. And like I said, these are things that I believe aided me in growing my hair from that cut that I had back in, I think it was the beginning of October, to the video you just saw that I believe was in the beginning of January. I'll insert it as we go. I'm sure that the haircut was in October, and the actual video footage of the growth video I did with my sons was in January. So that is a time difference between it, and I was surprised as to the amount of growth I got within a short amount of time. I started using Ayurvedic products about, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, watching his Curly Proverbs. And what I did is I built on what she did to expand, to get what I needed out of it and to make it more potent. Please make sure you use your discretion as to what products you use or don't use. I know some people can't have fenugreek. I use fenugreek in some of my products. This particular one does not have fenugreek in it. I do give every ingredient so that you know what I'm using as I'm using it. Now, this is a complete breakdown, and today is actually a wash day for me. So I am going to be using my conditioner because I am prepping for a protective style. So I use this conditioner every 2 weeks, sometimes more depending on what my hair needs. Because I do a lot of product reviews, it is important to me to make sure I keep my hair conditioned, to make sure that I keep my hair in a good place, and to make sure it's thriving and growing. And again, I use these on my sons as well. So please go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. I'm an open book. And ring that notification bell so that you can see all 4 parts of this series. Let's get into this video. I'm going to first start off with my base, which is the Shea Butter, and I have this mapped down to a science, so I always break it into quarters. That helps me keep everything under control, and I just make this once every 3 months. Mango butter will be added next, and I'm taking a quarter of what's left on the block as well. And then I'm going to melt this in boiling water. Now, I am not going to actually boil this or heat it in the microwave. I'm going to set it in a cup or a bowl that has boiling water in it. So you'll see me add that to it right now. And I'm basically going to set it in there and let it start to melt. Now, while this is melting, I go ahead and add 1/3 of a bowl, this particular bowl of aloe vera water, and then I add my Moringa powder to it. It is high in vitamins A, zinc, vitamin E, B, and silica, which helps stimulate growth. This is powerful, so it does help with dryness and hair loss and dandruff and all of that good stuff. I add in Fenugreek powder, which promotes hair growth because it's full with protein. I add in aloe vera powder, which adds to moisture and repairs dead hair skin cells, which stimulates growth. Rose petal powder, which increases growth as well and blood flow to the follicle. I added in Shikakai powder, which is rich in antioxidants that are important for your hair growth as well. And then lastly, I added my MSM. The MSM elongates the anagen phase of the hair growth, so it revitalizes the hair follicles and increases scalp circulation. I do mix that together well, and while I'm working on my shea butter, which is still melting, I go ahead and start heating up my powders the same way. You'll also see me add in sweet almond oil, which helps prevent hair loss and stimulates growth. And I add in a heaping amount of EVOO, which is extra virgin olive oil, as well as coconut oils. Those also works as a base so that I get a more fluffier consistency. And again, I eyeball it and melt it all down together. And I make sure I just really stir it well. Now that I've added more solid items to my mixture, I'm adding more boiling water so that it can all melt down. I get a nice even consistency. And like I said, I continue to stir. This is a process. It literally takes me about, I want to say, an hour to do all of this. This is the peppermint oil I was talking about, which stimulates the growth. And I put peppermint oil in everything. So once everything is thoroughly melted, you see no chunks in that, I pour it into a bowl, and it is still fairly warm. Because I like for it to be in a fluffier state, I go ahead and put it in the freezer, and I leave it in there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it becomes solid again. However, my Moringa powder mixture is warm, more or less hot. You can kind of see the steam coming off of it. I add it to my shea mixture, which is in a hot bowl, and I mix it all together. Now, this is what makes it a really good conditioner. Now, make sure you don't miss what comes up next, because it's key to really making this work. And this is just what I've learned over a period of time. I stir it thoroughly, and I want it to evenly blend together. I want to infuse these two mixtures. And you know, vinegar and oil does not mix. So I'm trying to do the impossible here, and trust me, it will work. So you see me here blending, and it takes a while. I blend for maybe 15 minutes, and then I blend it some more. As the blender speeds, it will cool down, and after a while, you'll see this consistency. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, this nice, smooth consistency. This is a deep conditioner, y'all. From here, I add some honey. And you know, honey is a humectant, so I like to make sure I get as much moisture as possible. And again, I blend it all together thoroughly. And once I get it blended together, look how smooth that is. I love it. So that I can be able to evenly distribute it amongst myself and the children, I do separate it into these dishes and I freeze it. So this is enough. It takes 1.5 bars of this for each child or myself, each child with the longer hair, that is, and 1 bar for the younger children. I do have a little left over, and since I'm in the process of conditioning my hair and treating my hair, the side one is for me. After it's been frozen and everything is good, this is what it looks like. And I really wrap them together in saran wrap and put it up. Now, this is what's important. For me today, I did add oat milk. Now, I make the oat milk. You may not want to add this, but it does give me extra moisture. And I just put it into my mixture for myself for the day. And that is basically that block melted. It turned into that weird green color. And I put these up to be frozen to be used later on. Now back to my oatmeal. I let it melt down into my conditioning mixture, and this is the consistency that I have, y'all. It comes out so good and so smooth and so creamy. Amazing. Thank you so much. If you stayed with me this long, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring your notification bell. What are you waiting for? In the meantime, let me also say, find me on Facebook. I have a fan page there at Precious Kisses. I'll put right here my IG page, Also, like I said, I will be doing this as a 4-part series because I did do a video on my edges. I do have alopecia and I have been able to grow my edges back. Let me give you a sneak peek if I can get my hair down. There is a video of me with my edges showing you that I don't have any edges, and that was a few months ago as well. And now you can look and see. This is coming straight from my scalp. Please go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell so that you might not miss any more videos that I post. And stay tuned to the rest of the series to come. In the meanwhile, I need to go and deep condition my hair as my conditioner is waiting for me. Talk to you soon. Bye.